Mixed numbers. Juanita made 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for lunch. She cut the sandwiches into 4 pieces each. She has 5 pieces left. What fraction of the sandwiches does Juanita have left? Each sandwich has 4 slices. There are 5 slices left. To find what fraction of the sandwiches is left, we need to count the holes and the parts. Each piece is 1/4 of a sandwich. 4 1/4 pieces make up 1 whole. There is 1 1/4 piece left. This is the part. So 1 1/4 of the sandwiches are left.
All right, you should be on page 537 of your math packet. It should say Mixed Numbers, Lesson 9 at the top. We are going to start applying the concepts that you watched the video and PowerPoint on, and you're going to start doing some of the work with me. So let's jump in and get started. Read up here at the top. A mixed number has a whole number part and a fraction part. It represents an amount greater than 1 whole. So all mixed numbers are greater than 1 whole. So in this example, it says there is more than 1 sandwich. There is 1 whole sandwich and half of a sandwich. So when you put 1 and 1/2 together, you get 1 1/2. That is our mixed number, 1 and 1/2. Over here, the line is more than 2 inches long. The line is 2 1/4 inches. So there's 1 inch, there's 2 inches, and then there's a 1/4. So when you put 1 plus 1 plus 1/4, you get 2 1/4. 2 1/4, 2 1/4, same thing. Jump down here to math in my world. This is where you're going to fill some stuff in. Example 1. Caden had 3 apples. He cut off half of an apple to eat. What mixed number represents the amount of apples left? So like I was saying in our PowerPoint, the first thing that we need to do is count the holes. There's 1 whole apple and another whole apple. Now we need to count the parts. There is half of an apple. So if we add 1 plus 1 plus 1/2, we get 2 1/2. So 2 1/2 of the apples are left. It's that simple. Count the holes, count the parts, and put it all together to get your mixed number. Jump to the next page, page 538. You can decompose a mixed number into a sum of a whole number and unit fractions. Recall that a unit fraction is a fraction with a numerator of 1. All right, so example 2. Write the length of this leaf as a mixed number. Write an equation to show the mixed number. So the first thing that we need to do is count the holes. The leaf is 3 whole inches, so we have 1 whole, 2 whole, 3 whole inches. All right, now we need to count the parts. This last little section is 1/4, 2/4, 3/4 inches long. Now we can write the mixed number. So the leaf is 3 3/4 inches long. Write the equation. 3 1/4 tiles can be used to model 3/4 because the 3 is the numerator, so we need 3 1/4 tiles. So 3 3/4 is equal to 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. So 3 3/4 is equal to 1 plus 1 plus 1, so we have 3 wholes, plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. So you can write a mixed number as a whole mixed number or as an equation. Jump down here to guided practice. Write a mixed number for the shaded model. So the first thing we need to do is figure out how many holes there are. 1 hole, 2 holes. Okay, so we have 2. Now, how many parts do we have? Well, this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces colored in, so that is our numerator. And there are 6 pieces total. So our mixed number is 2 5/6. Jump on over to independent practice. Go ahead and do this page. And then come back, watch the rest of the video, and I'm going to go over the independent practice. All right, we are going over the independent practice, page 539. Make sure that you have done this page before you watch this part of the video, because I'm just going to go through the answers, but I want you to have a chance to do it first. I'm only going to go through a couple of them, and then I'll post the answer key so you can check the rest of your work with that. It'll be under today's module in math. So independent practice. Write a mixed number for each shaded model. Remember, when we are writing a mixed number, we find the whole, then the part, and add them together. So number 2, how many wholes do we have? Well, you can see that 5 pieces make a whole. So we have 1 whole, and then in our other piece, we have 2 pieces colored in, so that's our numerator, and there are 5 pieces total. Number 4, how many wholes do we have? We have 2 wholes. How many pieces colored in do we have on the bottom? We have 4. And how many pieces are there total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 4/8. We also know how to simplify fractions. So 4/8 is really 1/2. So we have 2 1/2 as our mixed number. This is where we're using a skill that we learned in an earlier lesson and keep applying it. Remember, just because we do it one time doesn't mean we're done with it. We remember those skills and keep using them so we can simplify this fraction. Number 6, how many wholes are there? 1. How many parts are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And how many pieces are there total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jump down to number 8. Write an equation that represents each mixed number as a sum of whole numbers and unit fractions. So this is where we need to break up our mixed number into how many wholes and pieces we have. So if we have 3 wholes, that means we have 1 whole, 1 whole, and 1 whole to make 3. Then how many parts do we have? 1/4. Number 10, how many wholes do we have? 2. So we need 2 wholes. How many pieces do we have? 2/3. And 2/3 can be broken up into 1/3 and 1/3. All right, if you need to draw a picture, go for it. So you would have 2 wholes colored in, and then you'd have 1/3 and 1/3 colored in. All right, now go ahead and check your answers with the rest of the answer key posted under today's module. Make sure we understand this. And then when you are done, you are going to go on and do the homework. And I will post the homework answer key under tomorrow's module, so you cannot see it until then, which means you have to do your homework without the answer key so you can apply what you've learned. Tricky, Miss Folk, huh? Come back tomorrow for our last lesson before we start reviewing for our test. Yay, fun times. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.